What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's doing excellent. You had a great week, bouncing back off that terrible loss Monday night to the 49ers. Before we get started, thoughts and prayers with Tua, man. Last night was scary. I don't know why fans are mocking it and making fun of it. Football is just entertainment, man. This is real life stuff. So hopefully he's able to bounce back and just be there for his family and everything else. Also, whoever's going to the game Thursday night, Jets Patriots, the home opener. Tailgate Joe has an excellent tailgate. I'll be there, but he does a really good job with that. So tailgatejoe.com. Jets Titans. Let's see. Where do we start with this? I think my biggest concern going into this game is that so many people think that Jets can step on the field and just win games now. It's like, oh, you know what? They're going to be 3-1, 4-1. What are you worried about? This team has a lot to prove on and off the field. Now, I think they have a lot of talent. I've been saying they're to win 11, 12 games all year long, but you have to start with that first game of winning it. So I don't think the Jets can just walk in and be like, we're here, we're good, get the W and walk out. There's going to be a highly contested game here. I think the Titans are going to surprise some people because I think they're a solid team with a lot of talent. Now, they played a Bears team that had basically no quarterback last week, so how does that factor into it? So we may think they're better than they are. The Jets are coming off a bad loss to 49ers. They could be better than they look on Monday, but I think the matchups are really interesting, and if the Jets don't bring a solid approach to a Titans team that's going to be coming off a loss, their home opener, a rowdy crowd, and then so you gotta bring the intensity. You got to come out fast, physical, and smart. So on offense, Will Levis, young quarterback, he's got a big arm, he's mobile. He made the dumb mistake last week to end the game to pick six, but a lot of ability that if you give him time or don't account for him, he can make some big plays. Obviously, they're going to try to run the ball. Tony Pollard had a big week last week. They have Tajay Spears. They want to establish the run. The Jets defense last week looked horrendous against the run, and you got to figure they got to play better. They can't play any worse. I mean, they can, but they shouldn't. I'm curious to see if Leonard Taylor is involved in the game plan this week. He was inactive last week. They've got to change their scheme. They've got to be better. They've got to set the edge a lot better. It seemed like the 49ers were testing the Jets sideline to sideline, and the Jets lost. So you got to figure they're going to improve a lot of that. But, ideally, slow down Tony Pollard, make Will Levis one-dimensional in terms of only passing it. You got to watch for him running. But then if he has to throw the ball, he's got some really good players there too. You got Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, DeAndre Hopkins, who I think's off the injury report. I haven't seen it yet. But, I mean, there's definitely plenty of playmakers there to keep you honest. For if you come out sluggish or lackadaisical or play those soft zones, which we saw last week, which drive you crazy, they can put up some points. Defensively, the Titans got players too, man. You got, I just forgot, what the hell's his name? Harold Landry, Jeffrey Simmons. They got the corner Snead, Jamal Adams coming back, Quandre Diggs. For the Jets offense, you got to figure, you saw some encouraging signs last week. The first time of Aaron Rodgers playing with this team for a full game with this revamped offensive line. So obviously you want to start running the ball at Breece Hall. Honestly, as much as we love Breece, I wouldn't mind seeing them working in Braylon Allen more too. Pound the rock in 3rd and 1. You change up the pace. If you want to get Isaiah Davis involved with catching the ball in the backfield, while you can feature Breece, he doesn't need 12 carries in the first quarter. You can work it out and be more dynamic. Also, I get Tyler Conklin involved. And again, last week the story is that the Jets weren't on the field a lot, which is true. They weren't. The time possession was like almost 40-20. But still, you want to feed Garrett Wilson the ball as much as possible, but you got to diversify your offense. You cannot be just the primary focus. You get Breece, you get Garrett, but get Conklin involved. Get Braylon Allen involved. Lazard actually played well last week, but you got to change it up. You don't want to see run, 3rd and long pass. The predictability on the play calling last week bothered me a little bit, but I kept saying this is their first game playing together. They didn't play together in the preseason, so it's like they're going to work out the rust on offense. And then you have Aaron Rodgers, who can command the whole ship here, and he made some great throws. I'm curious to see how his mobility goes as the season plays out. If he looks a little more mobile, can run around a little more. He looked, I didn't say he was hesitant last week, but he just kind of looked, he got flat-footed. It wasn't really moving. And my untrained eye, I know guys do all this film study and everything else. But I think this game's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think it's going to be hard-fought, physical. With the Titans, their offensive line, Bill Callahan's a great offensive line coach. So if the Jets don't make adjustments, they could get pushed around a little bit. But the fan inside of me says, this is a must-win on so many levels for the Jets. This team goes 0-2 going into the Patriot game on Thursday night. It's going to be a boo fest. and Saleh will be 1,000% in the hot seat because it's unacceptable. You can't, these are, if you want to win the AFC East and you want to make a run, games like this are what you have to win. You got embarrassed on Monday night. I don't care about a short week. What I don't like about Saleh at times is the excuses and the justifying of losses. There is no excuse this weekend. Literally no excuse. The Jets have too much talent to lose this game. It's going to be hard fought, but you got to scratch and claw, find a way to win this. In terms of a prediction, I'm going to say like 24-20, 24-17 Jets. And I just think they're going to bounce back. There's too much leadership on this team between Rodgers, Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses. Defensively, you know they have a lot of pride. I know Jermaine Johnson spoke out, but you got Quinn Williams, you got Quincy Williams, you got Sauce. These guys don't like losing. They don't want a repeat of last year. I think you're going to see a big-time effort. I just think it's going to be a close game. I think both teams are going to have a similar style with very physical defense. And I'm curious. I'm sure Jamal Adams is going to try to have the game of his life, which is fine. I mean, just stay healthy because he can't stay healthy at all. But and that's it. So let me know what you guys think. I know whoever, all the fans that are going out there, I know there's a huge contingent of Jet fans going out there. Have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. Bring home this win so Thursday night at MetLife will be completely chaos. I'll talk to you later.